Alright, welcome back to Ghost Preparedness. We've got a pretty serious video today. Saturday, there was a pretty tragic event about 2 hours away from me up in Buffalo, New York. A 18-year-old kid, I think he was 18, decided that he was going to travel 2 hours up to Buffalo. I can't remember where he came from. 3 hours, correction, 3 hours up to Buffalo for the sole purpose of shooting up a local Tops in that area. He ended up, I think it was 10 people that he killed, and he ended up injuring a couple others, and ended up live streaming the entire thing, which I've watched the live stream a couple times. It's pretty messed up. Like, you could definitely tell that his pure goal, his main focus was to target colored people. So this was definitely a race motivated shooting. And if it isn't, I'd be very surprised. Just from watching the live stream, you could definitely tell that there was a lot of anger, a lot of hate during this shooting. So if it wasn't motivated by race, I would be extremely surprised. But just by watching the live stream, you could definitely tell that there was a good bit of hatred there. And so my thoughts and prayers do go out to the family and community involved in this. Like, it was a pretty shitty event that should never have happened. I don't condone, don't support, don't agree with any form of hate based off of the color of somebody's skin. Like, that's just, it's an outdated belief. It's an outdated thing that should never happen. But this does open the door for discussion on people carrying a firearm with them, carrying some type of medical with them. And I'm not in any way, shape, or form talking bad on the people who were affected by this, who got shot, who were injured, who died. Nobody saw this coming. And the fact that, from the time the live stream started to the time that it ended was just over a minute, and he managed to drop, I think, like 7 or 8 people. So nobody had the proper time to properly respond to something like this. But it does open the door for discussion on carrying a firearm or some type of medical. Anybody carrying a firearm, even if it was just one person who had a firearm, a sidearm on them at that point in time, could have easily have removed the threat. Anybody carrying any type of medical, whether it's a tourniquet or a trauma kit or whatever, could have easily provided care to one of the people who were injured and, possibly save somebody's life. But it definitely opens the door for that discussion, because, a situation like this, nobody expected that to happen. People were just going about their day. People were just, shopping and, doing their thing, and nobody sat there and expected some 18-year-old kid to come in with a firearm and just start shooting people. Like, nobody expected that, and we should really take that into consideration. That type of event can happen at any point in time, no matter where, no matter what. It can happen anywhere. It can happen to anyone. And I think people get too complacent, too, caught up in, oh, that'll never happen to me. That'll never happen in my area. And, they don't even think about it. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that you need to walk around fully loaded like you're ready to go to war. That is an unrealistic thing. It's not logical. You'd probably honestly cause more harm than good trying to do that, even if your intentions are good and you just want to, be prepared. But at the same time, people should really start looking at, the situational awareness, and just, having it in the back of their head that anybody can snap, whether it's because they have a mental or having a mental breakdown or hatred or just whatever, because it can happen. Like, it could happen tomorrow at a Walmart. Like, it could happen anywhere. So I really do personally think that, seeing all these events that happened Saturday and in the past with mass shootings, people should really take into consideration that it probably wouldn't be a terrible idea to invest money into a good sidearm or invest money into medical or both, because providing that little bit of extra care or being able to remove that threat when it happens or when it arises can easily save somebody's life. Maybe not everybody. Maybe if somebody had a sidearm during this event, they would have reacted, they could have saved 1, 2, 3 people. I mean, they couldn't have saved everybody, just because at the speed this happened, when it happened, nobody was prepared. Unfortunately, somebody still would have lost their life as a result of this. But if somebody was sitting there carrying a sidearm or something, they could have easily removed that threat. Now, I guess there was a security guard that did pull his firearm or tried to stop the threat. Watching the actual video, the live stream, I didn't personally see it. I did not see the security guard returning fire. Not saying that it didn't happen, I just personally didn't see it. Now, if that is the case, it's kind of that touch or that gray area on this, but I personally didn't see it, so I can't necessarily, throw that into this video. I can't sit there and be like, oh yeah, somebody did pull a firearm. I just personally did not see it in the video. Not saying it didn't happen, but I personally did not see it. It's a tragic event all the way around. A lot of people lost their lives that did not deserve to lose their lives. A lot of really good people, like reading the posts about this, just going into, who these people were that unfortunately died. There was a lot of really good people, a lot of people that did good for the community and were just simply trying to help. And it sucks, it really does. But unfortunately, there's bad people out there who want to do bad things to good people. No matter who they are, no matter what they do, they just have that sole purpose, that sole drive to do something bad. And I personally do think a lot of people need to take this into consideration and start investing in medical and firearms and get the proper training and know how to actually be able to sit there and provide help when needed. But that's just my thoughts and opinions on that whole subject. It's a shitty situation that never should have happened. But if you want to throw your thoughts and opinions down below, please feel free to do so. But I'm going to go enjoy the rest of this hot day, get a haircut. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day.